he will find a way at some point, and he did beautifully.
I must agree. I'll get a little concerned about what kind of analysis we would do at half time, what we're going to talk about, because after 35 minutes, I even saw a post on social media actually from Danny Baker, and he was saying there are 9 countries in the world that start with the day and end with the day. And 2 of them are playing in this game, and I was thinking maybe we could just try and guess the other 7 to fill the time. But in the end, we were saved by him again.
Yeah, it was always going to be, and was always going to take something special to break Australia down, and that's exactly what happened. He whipped the ball in, that was staying on side with the Gillies walking along the line. Then how many times you've seen that and move the ball, and that's it. The move, how quick they move the ball. He does. Then he goes. Then he gets it back, and it's a really clever finish through the legs of the defender, and the keeper's got no chance.
It's just phenomenal, isn't it?
Classic Messi. When we got into those spaces there, you always find a way to have a shot and.
Just a little slide foot as well. No blasting.
Yes, but he pressed before the free kick. He moved more by pressing high and when the throw.
I think he was getting as agitated as you were in here, Pablo. We need to do something about this. It's ridiculous.
The great thing about him when you see him in those situations, he doesn't ever get flustered or panic. He doesn't get rushed. He's so calm. It was a slow little slide foot into the bottom corner.
Some of his play in the first 34 minutes. I mean, his touch looked as if it was off. He was walking around very casually, not really getting involved in the game. And then all of a sudden, 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9, and he's at 129th opponent he scored against in his career, I'm reliably informed. And he moves above Guillermo Stabile and Diego Maradona, no less, who both scored 8 World Cups. In 8 World Cups, 8 goals in World Cups, and one behind now, Gabriel Batistuta, and he wasn't bad either.
And you?
I'm not Argentinian.
But you're 10. You got 10 million.
I wasn't going to raise.
You was going to raise it.
He wasn't. Australia, they made it hard. They had a plan.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a really difficult team to play against. And I was worried about the set players as well because they have strong players that were just looking for corners, free kicks, but they were brave. At the beginning of the game, you see how they pressed high up the pitch and made it so difficult for Argentina to break through those the first line of pressure. Very compact and working so hard for each other as well. Yeah, I have to say they've been good.
This is the early part of the game when they actually were pressing high, and then all of a sudden, because Argentina, as you expect, had more of the ball getting further towards it, and that was there. That's what they had to face. Very narrow, very tight, and basically no space at all. It's incredibly hard work, but they did it really, really well. And at times they were frustrating Argentina in terms of their work and doing that, and how well they did it, Rio.
This is where we were talking. I think they missed Di Maria. They haven't really got a player outside of Messi if he's not getting the ball. Who's going to beat someone 1v1? Who's going to go at somebody and change the dynamic and rhythm of the game? And that's in them situations you need that. Spread the pitch wide, create 1v1s or overload out wide, but they just don't find it.
And we talked to him before the game about how do you play against Messi. You try and play man for man, but what they've done is clearly trying to crowd him out.
Yeah,
it was working for most of the game.
Yeah, we were sitting up here saying he's got to be subbed at half time. He's out there. But they've done a really, really good job. And again, the job of dealing with Messi isn't a one-man job. I don't think there's not a single player who can do it for 90 minutes because he's so elusive, he's so intelligent with his position. And here again, you see it, every time he gets it, you see it's the trigger. Get people around him, everyone comes alive. You can't shut down concentration whenever he gets on the ball, especially those areas between the lines. And here, if it's not 1, it's not 2, it's 3 guys, all being aware and ready to switch on and make it difficult.
He wasn't getting that much joy, was he? And that was great credit to the way they closed him down and marked him and didn't give him any space. But that's really, really difficult to do that.
When you see Messi go down injured like that, Pablo, and it must make you go, without him, quite frankly.
I think everyone you can see respect Messi, you know, so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But that's Messi. I mean, he gets kicked by everyone, and now you see players just closing down Messi as soon as possible. Don't let him play easily, and because he's the one who can create the best chances.
Harry Suter continues to enhance his reputation for this World Cup round.
Yeah, he does. And I said before the game, for them to be successful in this game, he has to play well and keep organising. His distribution was the thing in the early part of the game that stood out. Raking 40, 50-yard ball from deep, here again through the lines, willing to take on the centre forward and open the space up and open the game. But just a vision to see beyond the first line of press, doesn't get taken in by the striker. But he's so composed on the ball. That's the bit I used to love that ball. That one. It's a difficult ball, risky at times, but it comes off. It looks fabulous, and this is what you come to expect from a 6'6" frame, defend your box. But he's again, for someone who's been up with 12 months to this point, and this is only his 5th start since his ACL injury. He looks very, very comfortable and composed at this level.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want a bit more Messi?
He doesn't want a bit more Messi. They think in Barcelona, Messi is one of them. It's really man. Keeps himself to himself. Often he would go into his room and cry. He speaks with his feet. Everyone knew Messi.
Forever intesado con Maradona.
Messi Dona. That's an even to look. He's always a few seconds before the best.
Messi. Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
Yeah, it's a lovely documentary, highly recommended. Keep up to date with all the latest tournament news with the World Cup Daily Podcast. That's on BBC Sounds. Our next live game is France-Poland, a bit of Mbappe tomorrow for you, BBC One at 2:30. And we'll have highlights of England-Senegal. I think it's on live somewhere as well, possibly. BBC One.
Fucking hell, man.
22 strangers are about to play the game of a lifetime and to hopefully win up to £120,000. They'll work together as a team, completing epic missions. But hidden amongst them are the traitors. It's up to the others to banish them before they become their next victim.
I'm not a traitor, I swear on everything.
The Traitors. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
So just under 24 hours before England's round of 16 game against Senegal, Gareth Southgate has been speaking to Kelly Summers.
Let's focus on some of the positives from the Wales game. You told us that Phil Foden was going to play a big part in this tournament. Did you see exactly what you wanted from him?
In the first half of the game, we weren't as much of a threat as we would have hoped. There's room for improvement for us. There's no question about that. For Phil in particular, great that he got his goal. I think that's a special moment for a start. But also it means that really all of our attacking players, bar Harry